Hi, everybody, welcome back to Mondays with Mark. It's Monday, and I'm Mark. Thank you so much for joining me this week. This week, I'm going to touch on something that I do encounter from time to time, as I tend to deal with a lot of people looking to rent a home, and that's the transition from renting your home to buying your first home. And owning your first home is a humongous milestone, but it can also be a daunting, sometimes overwhelming process, especially if you're used to just renting. But with a little bit of planning and a few expert tips, some of which I'm going to share with you in this video, you can make the transition from renting to owning a home much easier in Ontario. So let's jump into it. The first is to look into any incentives that the government is currently offering for first-time homebuyers. Sometimes you may even be able to pay a 5% down payment as opposed to a 10 or 20%. You may be also eligible for a land transfer tax rebate, which is a rebate of your land transfer tax up to a certain amount based on the value of your home. So it's always good to speak with somebody about what is currently being offered in your province, and especially in Ontario, so you can stay up to date and see what kind of benefits and rebates you may be entitled to. The second tip is to consider the current market. Ontario's real estate market is diverse, obviously, from town to town and city to city. It's completely different. And it is important to consider the market conditions before you buy a home. So, depending on where you're looking to buy, you may be competing with other buyers for the same property in multiple offer situations, or it may be a much cooler market and you'll have a lot more time to decide and make those decisions. But what you'll want to do is work with a real estate agent who understands the specific market of where you're looking to buy and can help you navigate it. The third tip is to get pre-approved for a mortgage. It is super duper important to know exactly what your buying power is. So getting pre-approved for a mortgage is crucial in Ontario's competitive real estate market. It shows sellers that you're a serious buyer, and it gives you an idea of how much a lender is willing to lend you. So you can go out there with your agent and you can shop with confidence and know that you'll be looking at homes that you can afford and not putting yourself into any financial discomfort. So be sure to gather your financial documents. They're probably going to want some pay stubs, tax returns, bank statements, so on and so forth. They will explain all of that in your initial consultation with any mortgage broker before they move you forward through the pre-approval process. And that ties into tip number 4, and that's determining your budget. So Ontario's real estate market, as you know, can be expensive. Although housing prices have come down substantially in the last little while, it can still be considered expensive. And it's important to determine your budget before you start house hunting. So you want to consider what your monthly expense is, your income, and your future financial goals. You don't want to be what we in the business, and I'm sure you've heard the term before, house poor, where you've got this house, this beautiful house, but it's at the very top of your monthly budget, and you're not able to, continue saving and do things that you want to do, like spruce up your home, go on vacations, things like that. So you always want to consider what your monthly bill is and your comfort level with that. And you can use online calculators, online mortgage calculators to get a rough estimate of what your monthly payment would be and compare that to what your income level is to see if you can carry that comfortably. Also, you don't want to forget to account for property taxes, property insurance, general upkeep of the home. Things like that are all important when you're considering what your monthly budget is. And tip number 5 is to work with a real estate agent that you know and trust. Working with a real estate agent who understands the ins and outs of the Ontario real estate market can make the home buying process much easier and much less stressful. They can help you find properties that fit your budget. We'll be able to negotiate with sellers and guide you through the closing process to make sure that everything goes smoothly and according to plan. And typically, it is free for buyers, as the sellers tend to usually pay the commission based on the sale of their home. So it's really beneficial for you to go out looking for your new home with a professional licensed realtor. So, in conclusion, going from renting to owning a home in Ontario can be a challenging process. It can also take a little bit of time, but it's also a very exciting milestone if you can put all your ducks in a row and make it happen. So, by following these specific tips that I've outlined in this video, you can make the transition much easier. So, you'll want to take advantage of Ontario's homebuyer incentives that are currently available to you. Consider the real estate market in the area that you're looking to buy in. Get pre-approved for a mortgage by a mortgage specialist. Determine your monthly budget and work with a professional real estate agent. All of those things are going to make it much, much easier for you to transition from renting to owning your home. And if anything that I've said in this video you'd like some further explanation on, or you'd like to hear any more tips that I haven't let you in on this video, because I'm not going to give away all my secrets for free, then that's exactly why we should meet. And my information, of course, as always, is linked to my YouTube account. And you can please like and subscribe so you can go back and see all the other videos I've made every other Monday with Mark. And stay tuned for next week when we'll be talking about a brand new topic. Thank you so much for joining me this week, and I'll see you next week.